Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great. I'm your host Preeti and I'm excited to welcome you to today's session on Advanced Excel. It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Mr. Sankalp. He is a Microsoft and Google certified trainer with 14 years of experience, expert in Office 365 apps, Advanced Excel, VBA and macros, Power BI and Google Apps. Achieved major Microsoft credentials like Microsoft Certified Solution Associate, Microsoft Certified IT Professional, Microsoft Office Specialist, having catered to clients like RBL Bank, Wipro, Capgemini, Parley Products, Bajaj Electricals, Morningstar, JSW, and many more. Delivered specialized session for MBA students as a guest lecturer at reputed university like NMIMS, NIRMA, Ahmedabad, and lovely professional university, Punjab. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Sankalp. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for introducing Preeti. Uh, so, yes, she has already given the introduction about me, about my profile. Uh, so, our today's session will be mainly on how to analyze data in Excel. What are the main aspects of analyzing the data? First of all, why we need to analyze data? Okay, you must have seen many advertisements or on social media like Instagram, YouTube, just pay 99 or just pay 199 and become a data analyst and get a high paying job. So now basically why so much companies are paying for data analyst. So the main reason is that your business decisions are completely reliant on your data. So for an example, if you are into FMCG and let's say there is one product which is particularly getting sold only during certain days of the year and not performing well in the other days of the year. So what strategy you can implement and what could attract more customers and that would probably increase your business. So it is all linked with your data. Okay, so data in today's date is one of the most essential, you can say, for your business. So from that perspective we will begin the session. So I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so I would request all of you all to download the data from this link. Okay, there is one practice file that I have made available. So I have also pasted this link in the chat box. Okay, so basically it's a OneDrive link. When you open this link, it will take you to the cloud directory, that is OneDrive. You just need to select this file. Okay, select this file from left hand side and over here you will get this option to download it. Okay, please don't do anything in the file on this cloud directory because that will affect others as well. So I would request you all to select this file and just click on download. So after downloading this file, you will have one sheet called as conditional statistic functions. Okay, so in today's session, I will show you step by step what are the different database functions, what are conditional statistic functions, then how to do the entire analysis without using any formula. Okay, so all of these aspects I will cover. Also, if time permits, I will show you some of the latest functions that are available in Office 365. Okay, dynamic arrays and all of that stuff. So fine. I hope everybody has downloaded the file. Please respond in the chat box, or you can provide a thumbs up in the chat box as well. Okay, there are few questions in the Q&A I'm able to see. So I won't be able to cover all the topics in Excel. Excel is very vast. Okay. So today's session, as I said, will be only addressing topics related to data analytics. Okay, if possible, I will show you. I will give you the tips to how to create a simple dashboard in Excel. Uh, don't click on the link. Don't directly click on the file. As I said, I am repeating. See, when you open that particular link, okay, you will be able to see this screen. So on the left hand side, there will be this tick mark. Okay, you need to tick mark this file and then click on download. Okay, great. I think people are able to download it, so fine. Okay, few people have joined late. I am posting the link once again. Okay, fine. So after downloading the file, I would request you all to come to this sheet, conditional statistic functions. Now, first of all, try to understand what this data is about. There are few products that have been listed. Okay, keyboard, laptop, mouse, printer. Okay, multiple products are there, and against that there are few brands. Okay, typically I've taken three brands: Dell, HP, and Samsung, and their MRPs have been listed in column C. Now, to begin analyzing the data, suppose you are managing this inventory and you want to find out what is the total cost of all the keyboards in the inventory. Okay, so a very basic requirement. So here I am typing one product name. So you can also type, like, you can pick up any product: laptop, printer, projector. Okay, whichever product is available in this particular list, can select any one product. Okay, now we need to find out the total cost. Okay, so for this we are going to use database functions in Excel. So our first function is equal to Dsum. Okay, Dsum stands for database sum. Now here, what we need to give is, first we need to provide the entire database. Okay, so this is my database. Now for this, I have defined a name called as my data. Okay, now those who are not aware about the basic things like how to define name or all of that stuff, you can refer to my YouTube channel. On that, all the all these basic things are covered over there. Okay, towards the end of this session I will share the link to my YouTube channel and all of that. So for now I'm just continuing with this function. So very first thing we have provided in this function is the reference of the data set. So here I have defined the name for the data set as my data. Now next, we need to provide is the field. Okay, so field is the numeric field. Okay, always remember that. Now in this case, in this data set, the numeric field is cost. Okay, so I have given the reference of cost, comma, criteria. Now criteria is on what basis you want to filter out this data. Okay, what total cost you require. So this is my criteria, product against product name. That is, I have specified the product, the title in F1, and I have specified which product, that is keyboard, in cell F2. Okay, so this is the function equal to dsum. Okay, the database, field, and criteria. Now we close bracket, and after pressing enter, you can see the total cost of all the keyboards is 11,400. Okay, if you want to manually verify whether the output is correct, so what you can do is you can apply filter on product, you can select keyboard, press OK, and now you can select all the cost, and in the status bar over here you can see the sum is 11,400. Okay, so now if you want, you can try changing the product. Okay, suppose instead of keyboard I mention, let's say, printer over here. So as you can see, the total cost of all the printers is 80,000. So basically this is like I'm like manually applying filter, but in the form of a cell. So here whichever product I'm applying the filter, I'm getting the total cost over here. Okay, so this is our first database function, dsum. Okay, this is the formula. So you all can try this out. Okay, those who have not understood, I'm explaining it once again. So as I said, this is our first database function, dsum. Okay, so dsum stands for database sum. Now there are three parameters you need to provide. The first is the database, that is the complete set of data, comma. Next is the field. Okay, so field is always the numeric field. In this case it is cost. So okay, one more thing I missed to mention, you don't need to select the entire column. Okay, you don't need to select column C. You just need to click on the header, that is C1. Okay, where the header is written cost, only click on that cell, and then you have to press comma and select product and product name. Okay, that is the criteria. So in your case, whatever data you are trying to analyze, okay, always remember, first you need to select the entire data set, comma, then you need to mention the numeric field. So in this case it is cost, in your case it might be something else. Maybe if you are analyzing the HR data, so it might be salary, it might be pay rate per hour. So whatever data you are analyzing, in that you have to identify which is the numeric column. Okay, so in this my case it is cost, so I have clicked on C1, and then comma criteria, that is on what basis you want to apply the filter. Okay, suppose you want to apply filter on, like like here I've selected a particular product brand, like a laptop over here. So as I said, if I change the product printer, I'm getting the total cost for all the printers. Suppose you want to apply a filter on a particular brand, like let's say you want to find out what is the total cost of all the HP products. Okay, irrespective whether it is laptop, keyboard, whatever. So then in that case, you can apply formula like this, equal to dsum. So this is our database. Again, field will be the same, that is cost. And now criteria will be brand against the brand name. Okay, so brand and HP. So here I've selected G1, G2. So as you can see, total cost of all the HP products is 4,85,200. Okay, so this is the formula. I hope it is clear now. Okay, all right, all right. So now similarly, I want to find out. Okay, similarly, I want to find out how many keyboards are there in my inventory, or how many printers are there in my inventory. Okay, I want to have that kind of analysis. That is, first I found out the total cost. Now I want to find out the quantity, how many keyboards, how many printers, right? So for that we are going to use the next database function, equal to dcount. Okay, equal to dcount. So dcount stands for database count. Okay, now here again the parameters are same which we applied for Dsum. So first we need to select the entire database, okay, the entire set of data, then comma, again field is the numeric field, so I click on cost, that is C1, comma, again criteria product against product name, okay, so F1 F2, and now close bracket. So as you can see, we have got the quantity, that is we have 12 keyboards in the inventory. So you can try changing the product. Maybe let's say I type projector. So as you can see, there are 8 projectors in the inventory. So as you can see, both the values are changing, the total cost as well as quantity, as and when I am changing the product name over here. Okay, so over here I don't have any product called as pen drive. So that's the reason it is showing total cost as 0 and quantity also as 0. Okay, now what are the other aspects while using this particular function where you can get error? What are the chances of getting error while using this formula? So as you can see, now I'm getting the correct answer, but even minute mistake in your data. Okay, so when you're becoming a data analyst, you're getting a very responsible job for your organization. So you need to be very sure your data should be clean before you begin using all these functions. Okay, so whether it is a pivot table, whether dashboard, any concept you do in Excel, you need to ensure your data is clean. Now when I say data should be clean, meaning there should be no empty cells in between, neither empty column nor empty row, okay, in your data, or even within the cell if there is additional space. Okay, you won't believe, more than 70% of the problems in Excel are created because of space. Okay, now I'll give you a live example. Now here see, my formula and everything is correct. I'm just adding one additional space over here after product. In my data set in the beginning, just after product, I'm adding one extra space. That's it. I'm not creating much of a this thing over here. Just adding one extra space after product, and you see I'm getting the answer as 0. Now as I said, there is nothing wrong. My formula, everything is perfect. The only trouble, the problem creator is your space. Okay, now how to deal with extra spaces? So there is one function called as trim. Okay, so uh, I'll explain the use case of trim function later, but shortest trick I'll tell you, in case if you don't have that kind of time to clean your data and immediate fix you want while analyzing the data. So one shortcut I'll tell you, you can simply copy this header and paste it over here. As you can see, you have got the correct answer immediately. Okay, so quick fix was, I directly copied the header from this data set and pasted it over here. Okay, that is in my report. So this is one of the quick fix. However, if you want to dive deep and check it in case you have time, then you will have to look for whether there is extra space, or as I said, you can use trim function to remove the extra spaces. So that I'll cover later. Okay, okay, I'm repeating the dcount function once again. So equal to dcount, as I said, dcount stands for database count. So whenever you want to find a count of a in this case you want to find a count of a particular product. So whatever data set you have, right? So another example I could give is like if you want to find out, let's say you are in HR team and you want to find out how many people are working in IT department, how many people are working at Mumbai location. Okay, any this kind of analysis. So for that you can use Dcount. So in this case, I am having the list of products, right? So here I select the entire data set, comma. You need to provide the field that is a numeric field. So that is cost in this case, comma, criteria that is product against product name, close bracket. So as you can see, I am getting the total count of all the keyboards over here. Okay, suppose if I change the criteria, instead of product, I want to find out how many products of HP brand are available in my inventory. So I changed the criteria. Instead of F1, F2, now I have provided G1, G2. So now if you see quantity, so HP products, there are total 20 HP products in my inventory. Okay, I hope the formula is clear now. See, to find error exactly in which column the error is occurring. So for that, you need to be sure about your formula. For example, in this case, I am finding the quantity with respect to the brand. So brand means I need to check for this particular what you say header. Okay, the brand column in my entire data set. So depends on your formula on what column you are trying to analyze the data. Accordingly, you will have to find a column. No, I'll come to this point. We cannot have multiple when we use database functions, there is a limitation. At a time, you can only find a total cost quantity of a single product at any given point of time. Okay, so you cannot find out total cost of all the HP keyboards or brand specific product. That is not possible with database functions, but there is a solution to that as well. I'll cover it in the when I cover conditional statistics, I will show you how that is also possible. With database functions it is not possible. Okay, now similarly, if you want to find out what is the average cost of whichever product you have typed, like let's say keyboard. So I'm changing the criteria once again. Okay, instead of brand, again I'm switching back to product. So okay, so now we have total cost and quantity of all the keyboards. Now if I want to find out what is the average cost of all the keyboards, so there are two options. I can either directly provide total cost and divide it by quantity. This will give me the average cost. Okay, this is one way. Another way is we also have database function called as daverage. Okay, equal to daverage. Daverage stands for database average. So again, syntax is same. First we need to provide the database, comma, then we need to mention the field, that is cost, and then criteria, product against product name, close bracket. So as you can see, we are getting the same answer 950 with this method as well. Okay, so this is the formula, equal to daverage. Okay, database. So whatever you write inside the bracket, okay, uh, database field criteria, it is same for all the database functions, dsum, dcount, daverage. Okay, no change in the syntax, only the function name will determine what output you will get. So if you mention dsum, it will give you the like total. So in this case it is giving us the total cost. If you mention dcount, it will show you the count of whatever criteria you have provided. Okay, in this case we are getting the total count of those products, and finally we have the average, that is d average. Okay, I will share the YouTube channel link later towards the end of this session. Okay, now how, yes, one of the question is how these functions are different from the other functions that we have. Okay, so uh, here, as I said in the beginning, this particular function dsum, dcount, daverage, it applies filter on your data. Now here, if I just say equal to sum and I give the reference of this column, I'm getting the total cost of all the products. Okay, 17,63,800. This is the total cost of all the products. But now, as I said, when I apply a filter, that is, I type out the name, accordingly, it filters out only for that particular product, sum, count, average. Okay. Now, what is the difference? So now if I don't give any input, if I don't specify the product name, okay, I delete this product. As you can see, in the absence of criteria, it works like a regular sum, count, and average function. Okay, so if you apply normal count function over here, okay, equal to count, and then I give the reference of this column, so you can see it is giving me the total quantity. Or even if I apply a normal average function equal to average, and I give the reference of this column, so as you can see, it is giving me the total cost, quantity, and average cost. So the difference what lies over here is when I give a particular product name, accordingly it filters down the total cost, quantity, and average cost of that respective product. Okay, so this is the difference between regular sum min, sum count and average function and your dsum, dcount, daverage function. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Okay, great. All right. So two more database functions are available with us. That is to calculate or to find out what is the cheapest and the costliest product of that particular whatever product you specify. Like let's say you want to find out what is the cost of cheapest keyboard and what is the cost of the costliest keyboard. So for that you can use this function equal to dmin. Okay, dmin means database min. So again I specify the data set, comma, again I specify field, that is cost, and a criteria, that is product against product name. So as you can see, the cheapest keyboard is available at 800 rupees and costliest one, so we'll use equal to dmax. Okay, equal to dmax. Again the syntax is same, database, field, and criteria. So as you can see, the cheapest keyboard is available at 800 and the costliest keyboard is available at 1600. Okay, so this is like a complete analysis now available with you: total cost, quantity, average cost, cheapest cheapest product, costliest product. So these are all the database functions. Okay, I'm repeating once again. Okay, so these are the functions: dsum, dcount, daverage, dmin, and dmax. Okay, so total 5 database functions what we saw just now. If you all want, you all can take a screenshot of this so that okay. So now as I said, using this method, there is a limitation. We can only find a analysis of one particular product at any given point of time. So suppose if we want to analyze for all the products, okay, so suppose I want to find out the total cost, quantity, average cost of all the products together. So what I'm doing is I'm uniquely copying all the products over here in my report. Okay, so to have a unique list, what we can do is I have copied all the products first of all in column F. Now we go to data tab and we click on remove duplicates. Okay, so I'm continuing with the current selection, and here I've removed all the duplicate values. So as you can see, I'm having the unique list of products. Now for all these products, I want a complete analysis, the total cost, quantity, and the average cost. So for this, we are going to use conditional statistic function equal to sum if. Okay, equal to sum if. So here it is actually a combination of the regular sum function and a logical if function. Okay, so that's why this combination is called conditional statistic function. Okay, sum if. So now here we need to specify the range. Okay, so this is the range, comma, criteria, that is from this range what we need to filter out. So we need to filter out a particular product. So in the first case it is a keyboard, comma, some range, that is criteria. So I select column C. Okay, column C has the the numeric values. So now I close bracket, and now when we drag this formula, as you can see, we are having the total cost for all the products, right? Keyboard, laptop, mouse, printer, all the products together. Okay, so this is a formula equal to sum if. First is the criteria range, comma, second is F2, that is a criteria, okay, that is a product, comma, sum range, that is your entire whatever numeric analysis you are doing. So in case if it's like HR data, so you want a total of all salaries, or any particular data, whatever numeric range is there, you need to provide it towards the end. So in my case, the numeric field is cost, which is the last column. Okay, column C. So when you drag this across, you will get the total cost for all the products. Okay, so there is no such method to convert case like from capital to small, or for that you need to use text-based formulas. Towards the end, if we get time, I will definitely address this query. The version that I am using is Office 365. Okay, I'm repeating it once again. So to remove the duplicate list of products, what I did is first I copied all the products. Okay, I copied this, I pasted it over here, and from this, to remove the duplicates, I went to data tab, remove duplicates. Okay, I've selected this particular data set, and then okay. So this is how the duplicates are removed from your database, and you only remain with the unique values. I have already shared the link to download this file. Okay. So now coming to the quantity. Okay, we want to find how many keyboards, how many laptops are there in the inventory. So for that, we will be using equal to countif. Okay, equal to countif. Now for countif, the syntax is very simple. You just need to select the range of products, comma, specify the criteria. Okay, so criteria range and criteria. That's it. Close bracket, and you will get the count for all the products. So as you can see, 12 laptops, 12 keyboards, 12 mouse, 12 printers, 8 projectors and 4 pen drives. Okay, this is the formula equal to countif criteria range and criteria. There is no such thing available Office 365 for study purpose. What you can do is you can sign up for a free account of Office 365 just in case you want to explore all the features. You can go to this website. The website is office.com. Okay, when you go to office.com, you get this option, sign up for free version of Microsoft 365. So when you click on this link, you can sign up using your existing whichever ID you are using, like Gmail or your Outlook, any account you can use, and it will give you access to Office 365 online platform. Okay, it is available free of cost for everyone. You also get up to 5 GB space to keep your data on the cloud. This is completely free of cost. The version that I'm using is a paid version of Office 365. Okay, this is the version that I'm using. Microsoft 365 apps for enterprise. Okay, so desktop version, if you want to use, you will have to pay for the license. I don't know the pricing. You can check on the website. It's available there itself. So when you sign up for a free account, it gives you the option to upgrade and then you can pay for it. Okay, I'm once again mentioning. So you have to go to office.com. Okay, www.office.com. It will take you to this website. Okay, from here you have to click on sign up for the free version of Microsoft 365. Okay, you have to click on this link and follow the, like, the steps. You will have to provide your name, email, all of that stuff, and then you will get access to your Office 365. So all the basics apps you will get over there: Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Okay, you can save your files on cloud. Up to 5 GB space storage you get to save your data. Okay, I'm repeating the countif function once again, those who have missed out. So the formula is equal to countif, then we need to specify the product range. Okay, so product range in this case, in your case, whatever field you are having, so you have to select the entire field first, comma, then you have to specify the criteria, that is one single product at a time you can specify, close bracket, and then when you drag this across, you will get the count for each of the individual product. I hope it is clear now. Sum if and count if. All right. So next, coming back to average cost. So for average cost also, again you have this option as well. You can just mention total cost divided by quantity, and you get the average cost for each individual product. And another way is using Averageif equal to Averageif bracket open. Now the syntax is same like your sum if. So first you need to select the product, the complete range, comma, then specify the individual product, comma, and then specify the numeric data, that is in this case it is cost column, close bracket, and again you will get the same data what we got with the previous method. So this is using Averageif. So this is the formula equal to Averageif criteria range, comma, criteria, and then sum range. So these are again some of the, you can say, formulas as a data analyst you should be aware of. Somebody has asked whether it is necessary to learn all the shortcuts uh, as a data analyst. So it is something which is not mandatory, but it is always better. It makes your work faster if you know. Instead of I would not even recommend using shortcut keys. I would recommend you all to use hotkeys. Okay, what are hotkeys? So basically, whenever you open Excel, okay, you have to just press Alt. Okay, the Alt key next to your space bar on your keyboard. So when you press Alt, it will enable your hotkeys. So as you can see on my screen, suppose if I want to go to Formulas tab, so hotkey is M. Suppose if I want to go to Data tab, so I need to go to I need to press A. So now I have pressed A. As you can see, it has taken me to the Data tab. Now whichever function from this I want to use, I can select that particular alphabet. So for example, if I want to apply data validation, I will tell you the hotkey. The hotkey is Alt A V V. Okay, Alt A double V. So as you can see, Alt A V V. When I press this, without using the mouse, it has opened data validation. Okay, this is a combination Alt A V V. Now how to determine this hotkey? As I said, Alt, then data validation. Now I need to be aware data validation is available in which tab. It is available in data tab. So I first go to data tab. So I press A. Now when I press A, under that, for validation, as you can see, the hotkey is V. So I press V, and under that again there are three options: data validation, circle invalid data, and clear validation circles. So for that again I have to press one more V to open data validation menu. Okay, so if you remember these hotkeys, it makes your work much more faster. So as a tip I can provide to all of you all, what you can do is whichever Excel features you use on regular basis, so whether it is what if analysis, whether it is database functions, or whatever basically you want to use in Excel, make a list of that, and against that you yourself make your own hotkey combination. Okay, one of this I already told you, Alt AVV, it opens up your data validation. So like this, you can make a list of your frequently used features in Excel, and accordingly you can prepare a list of hotkeys. Okay, I am once again showing all the formulas. Equal to sum if. So as I said, it is used to calculate the total with respect to a particular condition. So here, what is the condition? I have mentioned equal to sum if. Okay, I have given the reference of this particular column, that is products, column A. From that, I need to filter out one product at a time. That is, I have given reference of first product, keyboard, F2, comma, C colon C, that is, I have given the reference of cost column. So I have got the total cost of all the individual products. Okay, using sum if. Similarly, if I want to find a count, okay, how many keyboards, how many laptops are there? So for this, I have used countif function equal to countif, then given the reference of this column, column A, And in that again I have given the reference of cell F2. So filter out all the keyboards from this inventory, and then similarly I've dragged the formula for all the products. So I've got the count for each individual product. And similarly for average cost, I have shown you two methods. First method is directly you can divide total cost by quantity, H2 divided by I2. So this is also giving us the average cost. And the second method, that is using Averageif, okay, equal to Averageif, A colon A, that is column A, the list of products, comma, from that we have filtered out the first product, that is keyboard F2, and then total cost, that is cost column, that is column C. So this is again giving us the average cost. Yes, so for unique value, as in to use the remove duplicates. So for remove duplicates, again you can use hotkeys. Okay, so remove duplicates is available again in data tab. So first we press Alt A and we go to data tab. Now to remove duplicates, you can see the hotkey is M. Okay, so you press M and it will remove duplicates. So Alt AM, remove duplicates. Okay, as I explained you in the beginning itself, somebody has asked what is the difference between Dsum and SumIf. Using Dsum, if you remember, I had mentioned that how we are dragging this formula. Okay, over here, this is not possible. Dragging the formula is not possible in database functions. Okay, Dsum, Dcount, Daverage, they can only give you analysis of one single product or one single criteria at a time. Okay, that is a limitation of dsum. So to overcome that limitation, we have introduced this function, that is sumif. Okay, this will remove the limit of dsum. Similarly, countif will remove the limitation of dcount, and averageif will remove the limitation of daverage. So that is the main difference between conditional statistics and database functions. Okay, now, still there is a limitation. Even if you use sum if, count if, average if, the limitation is that if you remember, I told you, if you want brand specific analysis, what is the total cost of all HP keyboards, Dell laptop, or like Dell keyboard, let's say, for example, if you want brand specific analysis, that is again not possible using sum if, count if, average if. So for that, we need to introduce the plural form of the same function. So instead of sum if, we are going to use sum ifs. Instead of count if, we are going to use count ifs. And instead of average if, we are going to use average ifs. So let's try this out. So for this purpose, I am just taking a few brands. Okay, you can take the brand of your choice. I have taken a permutation combination of three brands like Dell keyboard, HP laptop, Samsung mouse, Dell printer, HP projector, and Samsung pen drive. Okay, just random permutation combination I've done. If you want one single brand, you can do that as well. Okay, so now we'll find a total cost first of all. So we have to use sum ifs. Okay, equal to sum ifs. Now here the syntax is exactly opposite of what we did for sum if. Okay, so if you remember in sum if what we did, first we selected the range, then we specified the criteria, and then towards the end we selected the cost column, that is sum range. In this case, sum ifs, the criteria is first we need to select the numeric column. So first we select the cost column, that is C, comma, next we select criteria range, that is this is our first criteria product, Now from this, what we need to filter down, we need to only select the first one. Okay, so what Excel, what we are trying to guide Excel is, first we have given the reference of cost column, that is on the basis of what we want to find a final answer, the total cost. After that, comma, we have mentioned the reference of column A. Okay, column A is what? Your entire list of products. So this is your criteria range 1, comma, criteria 1. That is from this range, what we need to filter down? The product keyboard. Okay, again give a comma. Now criteria range 2. Okay, criteria range 2 is the list of brands, comma, from this list, what we need to filter down? That is the Dell brand. Okay, particularly. So like this, the syntax is very simple. First, we need to specify the numeric range, then criteria range 1, criteria 1, criteria range 2, criteria 2. So like this, you can keep on giving as many criteria as you want. Okay, there is no limitation. If you want, you can just try, like, giving multiple commas. It will go on to, like, as you can see on my screen, I have entered multiple comma. So it has gone up to criteria 12. Okay, criteria range 13. So there is no absolutely limit on the number of criterias. As many criteria as you want, you can mention it over here, one after the other. So in current case, we are having only two criteria. So we have mentioned both the criteria and criteria range. Now we close bracket, and when we drag this formula, as you can see, the total cost of all the Dell keyboards is 4,600. The total cost of all HP laptop is 1,80,000, right? So the entire analysis we have now with respect to brand and products. Okay, this is the formula, equal to sum ifs. So always remember, when you have more than one criteria in your database, maybe two criteria, three criteria, four criteria, you can make use of this function. Okay, I hope sum ifs is clear. Please try it alongside, so that if there are any doubts or any questions, you can ask and get it clarified immediately.
Sorry to interrupt in between, Sankalp. Actually, we have session feedback form which I want to launch. I would like to request everyone, guys, please to fill it out. With this, we can continue the lecture.
Okay, so yeah, so this was for the total cost. Now similarly, if you want to find out how many Dell keyboards are there or how many HP laptops are there in the inventory, so for that we are going to use count ifs. Okay, so again, as I said, the plural form of count if, that is count ifs. Now this formula is also very simple. You just need to provide criteria range 1, comma, criteria 1, comma, criteria range 2, comma, criteria 2. Okay, so as I said, as many criteria as you have, just specify the range, criteria, comma, range, criteria. Keep on doing this. Towards the end, close bracket, enter, and as you can see, we are having the product wise and brand wise quantity over here. So this is your count ifs. So first I'm showing you the difficult way. Okay, this is the way ideally the the dashboards are built, or how the data analysts are actually expected to work. After this, I'll definitely show you the shortcut how this can be done even without a formula. Okay, so that is definitely something which is very interesting. But before that, I would request you all to do it the proper way. Okay, I'm repeating it once again. So to get the total quantity with respect to brand and product, I am writing equal to countifs. Okay, so countifs is the plural of countif. So the limitation also I mentioned, countif, you can only give one criteria at a time. So either you can filter down with respect to product, or you can filter down with respect to brand. But if you want to do it both together, then you need to use count ifs. So more than one criteria, always remember you have to use a plural version of all these functions. Okay. So instead of sum if, we used sum ifs. Now we are using count ifs. So equal to count ifs product, comma, we are specifying the individual product, that is keyboard. Okay. So a colon a, the product range, comma, the criteria, that is keyboard F2, again, comma, criteria range 2, that is brand. Okay, b colon b, comma, we specify the brand, that is specified in cell G2, close bracket. Okay, so in simple words, always remember criteria. First you have to select the criteria, then you have to select the from that range what particular criteria you need to filter down. Okay, so from column A, that is from all the list of products, what I want to filter down, keyboard. So that I have mentioned just after that. Okay, so range, criteria, close bracket. And when you drag this down, so as you can see, we are having the total quantity of each product brand wise. Yes, exactly. We are going to use pivot table also for analyzing the same. That will give us the result without using formula. Okay. Somebody has also requested to repeat sum ifs once again. Okay. So equal to sum ifs. Okay. What I mentioned is first you need to specify the numeric range. Okay. On the basis of which you want to find a total whatever cost or whatever. So here I am selecting column C. Okay. Column C is your cost. After that, criteria range 1, that is list of products, comma, criteria 1, okay, that is product, comma, criteria range 2, that is list of all the brands, comma, criteria 2, that is the brand that we need to filter down, close bracket, enter. So as you can see, the total cost of all the products brand wise. So this is your sum ifs. Uh, to answer that query, so we have got a query that how will you get exact data if we not have column F and we have to calculate all things from column A. See, try to understand this column A to C is our raw data, and from column F onwards is our report. So always assume that this data you have extracted from your ERP, or you have got this data on email from somebody, maybe your colleague or from your vendor or your client. So assume that this is your external data, and just to simplify, just I do not want to switch between the sheets. That's the reason I have listed the data here itself. but your report might be in some other worksheet, in some other file, in some other workbook. Okay, so that is the reason, I have, in short, this is, consider this from column F onwards, this is your report. Okay, and this is your raw data. So see, the same report, if I had to do in a different worksheet, let's say over here. Okay, I'm just copying these headers once again. So suppose I need to prepare the report over here in this sheet. Okay, I'm copying this also, the products and the brands. So suppose I want the analysis over here. So in this case, 2D formula will be used. Okay, what is 2D formula? So equal to, first I will specify some ifs. Okay, equal to some ifs. Then here I provide a reference of column C. Okay, this becomes my sum range, comma, criteria range 1. Okay, that is list of products, comma, criteria 1, that is the product. Now here if you see, it is a 2D formula. 2D formula means first it shows the name of the worksheet, conditional statistic functions, and then it specifies the column name. In previous case, it was only C colon C, A colon A. Now it is showing the sheet name as well as the column name. This is called 2D formula. Okay, so 2D formula is used when your data is in some other sheet and it has to be referenced in a different sheet. Okay, so in that case, first you need to specify the sheet name and then followed by the column name or column address, the cell address basically. Okay, and rest of the formula is same as it is. So again, after that you need to give the second column, that is brand, comma, again come back to your sheet and select your brand. So basically, instead of a normal formula, you will have to use 2D formula and then close bracket, and you are getting the same output. So this is using 2D formula. Okay, so that is the major difference between your regular formula and 2D formula. So in 2D formula, you also need to give the reference of the sheet name. So sheet name and then followed by your cell address. So this is how you can do it in another sheet as well. Yes. So if you want to extract data, live data, maybe from your cloud or from any of the platforms like Azure or SharePoint. So there is also one more concept called as Power Query. Okay, Power Query. I won't be able to do it in today's session, but definitely I will upload it on my YouTube channel. So from there you can get a reference of that. The formula is already there on the screen. You can check it. If you want a previous one, I'm going to that sheet. Yeah, this is the regular formula. So these functions are very important from data analytics point of view. Okay, I hope sum ifs and count ifs is now clear to everyone. Okay, so fine. Let's proceed further with average. So again, for average, the previous method also you can use H2 divided by I2. This will give you the direct average. And another method is using equal to average ifs. Okay, equal to average ifs. The syntax is same like your sum ifs. First, you need to provide the numeric field, the numeric column. So in this case, it is column C, comma, criteria range 1, that is list of products, comma, criteria 1, then, comma, criteria range 2, that is list of all the brands, comma, criteria 2, that is the first reference of this brand, close bracket. So again, you are getting the same output as your previous one. Okay, so H2 divided by I2, or you can use average ifs. The formula is there on the screen. Okay, I'm once again showing all the formulas for your reference. So sum ifs, count ifs, average ifs. You can take the screenshot also for your reference. Okay, so now as I said, this is the like a difficult way to analyze the data. Now using pivot table without using formula, how to get the same output? Okay, that we'll see. So for that, what you need to do is first select the data. Okay, select this entire data. Go to insert tab, and the first option you have is pivot table. Okay, I am repeating the steps. First, what we did, we select this data. Okay, select from A1 till C61. Select this entire set of data. Then go to insert tab and click on pivot table, the very first option. So you will be able to see a screen like this, wherein it will ask you whether you want to create this in a new worksheet or in the existing worksheet. So I have selected new worksheet over here and I press OK. So when you create a pivot table, you will get a screen something like this. So your pivot table fields are on the right hand side, and on the left hand side you are able to see the report. Now to get the analysis of the data, what we saw in the previous screen, okay, first what you have to do is click on brand. Okay, so you will see all the brands listed. Okay, Dell, HP, Samsung. As per your data, these are the three brands that we have. Now against that you want to see the total cost. Brand wise you want to see the subtotal. So click on cost over here. So you will see the brand wise total cost you get. So the total cost of all the Dell products is 7,59,800. For HP the total cost is 4,85,200, and Samsung it is 5,18,800. Okay, now if you want to see the breakup of under brand, what are the individual products? Okay, you want to see the entire breakup, the bifurcation. So click on product. Now as you can see, all these products brand wise we are getting the bifurcation. So under Dell if you see, the total cost of all the keyboards is 4,600, laptop is 3,40,000, right? So you are getting the entire breakup of all these brands of each and every product. Now as of now we are able to see only the total cost. Still what we need to find out is the quantity and the average cost, right? So for that what you need to do is drag this cost column two times under values. See how I'm doing. Drag this cost two times over here under values. So you will be able to see the data something like this: sum of cost 2, and sum of cost 3. Now what you need to do is to get the quantity. Okay, don't touch the first column, right click on the second column. Okay, so where it is written sum of cost 2, right click over here. Under that select the third last option, value field settings. Okay, click on value field settings and change the function over here. So instead of sum, change this to count. You can see all the functions over here. Okay, average, max, min, product. Okay, all the functions. So out of that select the count function. Okay, select count and press OK. So you will be able to see the quantity. Okay, the count of each individual product brand wise. Okay, similarly you want to find out the average cost. So again right click on the last column, sum of cost 3, right click, again go to value field settings and change the function to average. Okay, click on average. Okay, so as you can see you are having the entire analysis, the total cost. Okay, I'm just renaming the columns for my reference. Okay, so total cost, quantity and average cost. So all the analysis we have now. So without using any formula, we have got the complete analysis of this data. Okay, I am showing this once again. So first what we did is we selected the data. Okay, select the data, then go to insert tab, click on pivot table. Okay, then we see this screen where I selected new worksheet. Okay, so after selecting new worksheet, see it is always better to select new worksheet because your existing data should not get affected. Let the existing data remain as it is, your raw data, and in the new sheet you can experiment on your entire data set. So here first we selected the brand. Okay, and then we selected cost. So first we got the brand wise subtotal of Dell, HP, Samsung of each individual brand, and then to get the exact breakup like under Dell. So the total cost is 7,59,800. So under that what is the total cost of keyboards, laptops, okay, each individual product. So for that we clicked on product, and as you can see we are having the complete breakup. Under each and every brand we are having the subtotal of individual products. Okay, and eventually, of course, we have the grand total as well, 17,63,800. Okay, now to get the what you say, the quantity and the average cost. Okay, that is the rest of the analysis. For that, what you need to do is cost column. Okay, that is a numeric column. You need to drag two more times under values. Okay, so I am dragging it two more times. So as you can see, we are getting the repeat of sum of cost, sum of cost, sum of cost 2 and sum of cost 3. Now what we need to do is don't touch the first column, total cost we want. So in the second column, instead of sum of cost 2, you can right click and go to value field settings. Okay, value field settings and select, you can change the function of your choice. So here we want quantity. So for quantity, we have to select count. So click on count and press OK. So as you can see, we are having the individual count of each and every product. Similarly, right click on the last column, value field settings, and change the function to average and press OK. So as you can see, we are having the quantity as well as the average cost, and this time we have got the output without using any formula. Okay, so now for our reference, we are just renaming the columns total cost, quantity and average cost. So the complete analysis is there with us, right? Without using any formula. This is how you can effectively use pivot tables for analyzing your data. Okay, now what are the other functions that, like, as a data analyst you can use? So basically all this is related to statistics. Okay, so you can use max, you can use min, you can use product. Okay, you can even use uh, standard deviation. Okay, so basically all the features that a data analyst requires, statistics basically, all of this is possible with the help of pivot table. Okay, and this is basically you can say basic requirement for creating dashboards in Excel. Okay, just to show you one of the dashboards that I have created. So this is like one of the dashboards, which I have created. Some sample sales data is there, global sales data, and on the basis of that data, I have prepared this dashboard. And this is an interactive dashboard, meaning on the right hand side you can see the slicers. So suppose if I want to see the performance only related to India, so I click on India, and as you can see all the visuals in the dashboard get updated, and now I'm only able to see the data pertaining to India. Okay, suppose I remove the filter. Now this has multiple products. So suppose if I want to see there are different categories like beauty, clothing, electronics, food and beverages. So let's say if I want to see the performance of electronic products, so I click on electronics. So as you can see now, this is showing only the analysis of electronic products. Okay, so basically how to create these kind of interactive dashboards. Okay, I'll give you a brief understanding of this. So the basic requirement is you need to create a pivot table for this. And after creating a pivot table, you need to link it with your pivot charts. Okay, now how to link it? So let's say you can select this data. You can try it along with me. Okay, select this entire data except the grand total row. Okay, don't select the grand total row. Only select from the first column till the last product except grand total. Now click on insert, and you can select any one of these charts: 2D column, 3D column, 2D bar or 3D bar. You can select any one. For my reference, I am selecting the first one, 2D column. Okay, now generally when you create dashboard, you don't have space for the pivot table. So generally the dashboard is covered with the visuals cover up the pivot table. So in case if you want to embed this data within the chart itself, what you can do is just next to your this chart, you have this plus icon. So from this you can add data table. Okay, you can add data table. So as you can see within the chart itself, you are able to see the values, and from this you can disable the legend. Okay, legend is basically this color code that is shown. So we don't require this legend because legend is already available over here. So I am removing the legend. So you will get more space for your chart. As you can see, it is showing the complete analysis with the data within the chart itself. Okay, now I'm just resizing this chart. Okay, I'm moving it aside. Now once again do select your first two columns only, that is product and the total cost. Okay, don't select the quantity and average cost. Only select the first two columns, that is the list of products, brands and the total cost. Okay, after selecting this, again go to insert, and now you can select any one of these three charts: 2D pie, 3D pie or donut. Okay, you can select any one. I am selecting this 3D pie. Okay, and under 3D pie, go to design. Okay, while clicking on the chart, you will get this option design. So under design, preferably select style 3. Okay, style 3 will also show percentage on your pie chart. Okay, so okay, so we'll limit it to these two charts. And now what we want is to make it interactive, we need slicer. Okay, so how to insert slicer? So again go to your pivot table. Under pivot table analyze on the top, you will have this option of insert slicer. Okay, click on insert slicer and select these two options, product and brand. Okay, select product and brand and press OK. So you will get two list like this. Okay, you can resize those lists. And now what you need to do is just align all your charts and your slicers. Okay, now your dashboard is ready. So if you want to test it, okay, I click on Del. So as you can see, both of the charts are getting updated simultaneously. And now the analysis that I'm able to see is exclusively of all the Dell products. Now suppose in this Dell, particularly I want to have a look at laptop. So I click on Dell laptop. So this is the complete analysis. The total cost of all the Dell laptops is 3,40,000. There are 4 laptops and the average cost boils down to 85,000. Okay. Now suppose if I remove the brand filter. Okay, so I removed the slicer filter from brand. Now I'm able to see the analysis of all the laptops. So I'm able to see the comparison Dell, HP and Samsung. Okay, their total cost, quantity and the average cost. Now suppose if I remove this filter as well, I remove the filter from this product. Now suppose if I want to look at HP products, so I click on HP. So as you can see, again all the visuals are getting updated. So this is how you can create interactive dashboards. So these are the steps basically to build a interactive dashboard in Excel. So if you see this dashboard which I showed you earlier, in this dashboard it is nothing but I have used different types of visuals. I have used a 3D column chart, I have used a 3D bar chart. Okay, there is a stacked bar chart, then there is a funnel. Okay, so all different types of charts I have used, and on click of like any of the slicer, accordingly all my visuals get updated. Okay, so building a dashboard is not a very challenging thing. Yes, it is little time consuming because you need to think of what data you want to represent, right? Because nowadays nobody likes to look at like the individual sheets. It is very difficult to uh, make a business decision on the basis of that simple data. So for that reason, people prefer using dashboards to present their data to the management or like to anyone for that matter. So the steps are very simple. Okay, if you remember, first what we did is, first we selected the data, then we created the pivot table, right? So we created the pivot table, and then we analyzed the different aspects, like we added quantity, we added the average cost. Okay, so we first prepared the entire pivot table, and then we created pivot charts. We linked this data, this pivot table, with these two different types of visuals. Okay, and then to make it interactive we added slicer to this, and these slicers are further helping us to interact with the dashboard. So these are the simple steps. Now further to enhance the look and feel of the dashboard, of course, some companies prefer dark theme, some prefer light theme. So I have prepared two different types of dashboards, like one is a light theme, second is a dark theme. Okay, so to customize the look and feel, of course, you will have to click on the chart and then go to design. Okay, you have this option whether you want to convert it in a dark theme or a light theme. So that is your choice, of course, like how you want to represent the data, and accordingly you can create a very nicely designed dashboard. So okay, for this dashboard, I'll show you the data for this dashboard. This is the data that I have used for creating those dashboards which I showed you just now. The light and the dark one, that is these two dashboards, are based on this particular data. So as I said, it is very difficult and challenging to see the data one by one individually. Instead, if you create a dashboard, definitely it's one of the trending thing these days to prepare dashboard, and basically that is what the packages are being whatever you see, 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 18 lakhs. So these packages are paid to data analysts because this is not so difficult, like I showed you just now, right? For creating a dashboard, you need to have clarity which visuals you require, what story you want to represent with using your data, and that is what basically the companies want, because as I said, your data is linked directly with the company's growth. Okay, to come up with the strategies, to come up with the offers. So suppose if we talk about the sales data, so suppose if the company observes that the sales is generally higher on the weekends, so what they can do to attract the customers on the weekdays. But before coming to the conclusion that okay, the sales is higher on the weekends, they need to have some data, some facts and figures, and that is nothing but your data, the dashboard that you prepare. Okay, so dashboard gives you the deep insights about your data, and it helps in making business decisions. Okay, so the detailed course I'm coming up very soon with the course on how to build interactive dashboards. Yes, I also give training on Power BI. I can show you the similar kind of dashboard in Power BI as well. So this is the interface of Power BI. So these are some of the dashboards that I have prepared. One of the simplest dashboard, I'll show it to you. So this data is about one of the university. Okay, so like how many students took admission in the university. Then there are three different academic years. So if you want to filter down, like let's say, yes, so there are total like 1318 students across three academic years. So you can see 2010 11, 11 12, and 12 13. So suppose I want to filter down that how many students took admission in 2011 12. So I click on this. So as you can see, all the visuals got updated. So total 416 students took admission in the year 2011-12. Now out of this, if I want to find out how many male students and how many female students, so I click on male. So out of 416, 109 were male students and 307 were female students. So like this, basically, like, to get the deep insights about your data, whatever data you have, from that you can analyze all of these things. And if you clear selections, that is if you remove all the filters, so accordingly you get the entire data set. So all of these courses are available with me. Okay, these are the course contents. So like I cover from Excel basic to advanced. That is many people requested me to cover like lookup and references, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, or dynamic arrays. Okay, one more example I'll show you, like related to dynamic arrays. So dynamic arrays are something which are available only in uh, Office 365. So this is like one of the example of dynamic array. As you can see, I am having a list of few products and their quantities are listed on the right hand side. Now whichever quantity is zero is automatically listed in out of stock. So I have prepared two lists, in stock and out of stock. And this is dynamic array, means if I make the quantity to zero, you can see automatically it goes to the list of out of stock. And as soon as I increase the quantity, automatically it comes under in stock. Okay, so for this I have used the function filter. Okay, equal to filter, I have given the reference of the list of products and criteria is the quantity to be greater than zero. So if the quantity is greater than zero, it will be listed in stock. And the same formula I've copied in out of stock, where I've mentioned quantity equal to zero. Okay, so these are the dynamic arrays that are available exclusively in Office 365. Okay, I believe in the latest versions, Office 2019 and upwards, they have included this function. So just check it if it's available with you all. You can definitely make use of this function as well. Okay, equal to filter. So all these concepts in detail are available in my courses. I am still editing those videos. So very soon the videos will be made available, the courses will be available, and the prices will also be nominal. So it won't be like exorbitant. So the details and all of that will be shared with you all. For that, I would request you all to subscribe to my newsletter. So one link I'm sharing with all of you all. Okay, so in this link, basically you can share the session feedback for today's session, as well as in the next session what you want me to cover, maybe on my next YouTube live, or maybe whenever I have a session on this same platform of Shine.com. So which session you would like from me, so that also you can mention. in this particular form, and entering your email will enable me to share updates with you regularly, right? So there is one more resource that I am going to share with all of you all. Okay, there is this file in which all these concepts which I explained in today's session, so all of that will be made available in the form of like notes or something. And of course the announcements related to the upcoming, like uh, whatever the features or the courses, all of that information I'll keep regular updates I'll be posting through this newsletter. So I would request you all to provide a valid email address on this link which I posted just now. Okay. uh, yes, the recording link is provided.
Yeah, I have shared the recorded link.
Yes. uh, that link, Preeti, please share with everyone the feedback link so that they can enter their email address and they can get the updates from me.
I have like launched my feedback form. If you have, you can share.
Yeah, I have. Okay, I'll show it on this. Yeah, you can type this link in URL and enter your email ID. So as I said, I'll regularly keep posting the updates related to my course, related to the YouTube channel.
I have shared.
Okay.
People are asking, do you have any WhatsApp community?
Yeah, so for that, you all can scan this QR code.
Or you guys can take a screenshot of it.
Yes, so this has links to all of my WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, whichever source you want, your favorite source, you can connect with me.
I have shared your YouTube link also.
Okay.
And if you guys want his LinkedIn account, we have tagged him in our post. You can visit our page. If you guys have any question, guys, please feel free to ask questions. Actually, we have two, three questions we just got. If like I can read it for you if you want.
Yeah, please tell me.
Okay, okay. So Lakshmi Shankar is asking, what is difference between Excel dashboards and Power BI dashboards?
Good question, actually. So Excel is not really meant for preparing dashboard. It is like a facility given by Microsoft that you can create dashboards. However, Power BI is like a proper platform where if you see this dashboard, I can click on any of the visual and you can say I can control the entire dashboard. I don't need a separate slicer, okay, to interact with my dashboard. Whereas in Excel, I require a slicer to be there in the Excel sheet, otherwise I cannot interact with the dashboard. So that is one of the major thing. And secondly, in Power BI, you don't require these many efforts. You don't need to create a pivot table, then link it with a pivot chart. All this is available with drag and drop. Simple, you just have to insert the visual, which type of chart you want, pie chart, column chart, line chart, whatever you want, and then simply connect your data. That's it. So with minimum efforts, you can create dashboard in Power BI, because Power BI is a proper data visualization tool.
Okay, thank you for answering, and you have answered all the questions which we have.
Yes, I have tried to answer most of.
Yes, you have answered actually almost every question. So guys, if you have question, please write it down.
Yes, as I said, my courses very soon will be available. Right now, currently I'm working on Excel course, and specifically I've recorded it in Hindi because many people want to understand the concept. They are not familiar with English. So my courses will be available. First, I'll make it available in Hindi, and then the same will be translated to English. I was also showing the course content. So uh, yeah, this is like the course content for VBA macros for advanced users. Many of you all also requested to, like, demonstrate how macros can be used to automate the work, how to make it, like, redundant work faster. So all of that will also be covered in this course, that is specifically on VBA macros, how to create interactives in Excel. So that also will be covered. One more course I am also preparing on Python and SQL. This is from data analysis point of view. Okay, not for programmers, but for data analyst, where, like, I come across individuals who say Excel is not sufficient for us. 10,48,576 rows are not sufficient. So for them, this is an advanced level course, Python and SQL. So very soon this also will be made available. Other than that, yes, Power BI also I am preparing a course. All these courses I am going to create in both Hindi and English. Okay, however, preference will be for Hindi because most of the users, many videos are available but they are not able to understand the concept. So in very simple words, simple language, I am going to make all these courses available.
Many people are asking when you are going to take Power BI session with us. Guys, we want him to take one Power BI session. Kindly message him, fill his DM.
Sure, sure, please connect with me. I am sharing my link tree once again. You can type this link also in case you are not able to scan the QR code. You can type this link from any of your device, mobile, laptop. You will get all my links.
We have one more question, which is asked by Mr. Sanjay Mishra. I want to know how we can transfer data from horizontal to vertical sheet.
Okay, that is pretty simple. So suppose you have data something like this. So suppose you have data like this. This is in vertical form. So suppose you want to transpose it in horizontal form. So you have to just paste it, and below this you get this option. When you go to paste options, you have this option transpose. So when you click on transpose, your rows get converted into columns and vice versa. Paste and transpose.
Okay, many people asking related to certificate. For this, we are sorry, we are not providing certificate as of now. And recordings are available on our YouTube. You can revisit it anytime. I have shared the URL. Once again, I will share.
Okay, somebody has asked where can I download Power BI for free. So Power BI, let me tell you, it is not a licensed product. Anyone is free to download and free to use Power BI. Only cost of license is required if you want to host the dashboard. Hosting means, now see, I have prepared this dashboard, but it is available only on my laptop, only on my system. So if you want to host this dashboard and make it available to everyone, even when you are offline, for that you require paid subscription of Power BI. Otherwise, it is free to download and use. No license required.
Okay, Aishwarya is asking VLOOKUP formula, please.
Okay, so see, I would request you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. All videos will be made available. Right now, also, there are like around 15-20 videos are available, and many are in the editing mode. So, very soon you will get lot of videos on my YouTube channel. So, uh, I would request you all to subscribe, and definitely will keep getting updates not only on VLOOKUP, other features as well.
Okay, M. Shekhar is asking what necessary formulas are required to learn to perform daily activities at work.
So, see, it is not like it is a very open-ended question because it depends on which field, which background you are. You are into HR, you are into FMCG as a like what is your profile. It depend. Lot of things depend on your profile, on the business of your company. But most of the functions which are important, the ones which I covered today, are absolutely essential for analyzing the data. Other than that, of course, Power Query is required for importing data from various sources. Like if you have data in PDF, you have data, you want to import data from some website. For that, you require Power Query. VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, like all the lookup and references functions for preparing reports. So these are some of the most frequently used functions. If you want to automate your worksheet, so there is a function called if function. If you want to do reverse calculation, then there is something called as what if analysis. Okay, I will show you something interesting since you have asked this. So suppose if you create a I'm creating a small uh, template over here. I want to calculate total amount including GST. So let's say I enter 10,000 over here. GST, let's say I want to calculate 18% of the base amount. Okay, so 1800. And then I want the total over here. So I press Alt equal to. So that gives me the total amount plus GST. And now suppose, let's say I create a template. So let's say 5,000, 12,000. So accordingly, I'm getting the GST and the total amount. Now suppose if I want to do reverse calculation. Reverse calculation means including GST. Take this case. I want including GST this amount to be 10,000. So instead of doing reverse calculation in Excel, there is one function called as what if analysis. So directly you can click on what if analysis goal seek and mention let's say 10,000 I want over here. Okay, the final amount by changing the base amount. So 18% GST will be calculated automatically. So base amount is 8474.576. On that 18% GST is 1525 and then total is 10,000. So this is how you can do reverse calculation in Excel. Like this, many features are available. Uh, of course, I'm going to create a detailed course on this. As I said, it's in the last few videos are in the editing phase. Once it is final, definitely I'll update each and every one. So you will get all of this in detail. So what I explained just now, what if analysis goal seek is similar to solver. So in fact, for solver, you require additional add-in. In this, this is readily available in Excel. What if analysis goal seek. I think few people have raised their hands. Can you please post your questions? Vijay, Sandesh, Santosh.
Hardeep is asking, sir, please explain the reverse wala again.
All right. So, okay, as I said, like whenever you want to do reverse calculation, so here I give you the example of amount plus GST, which we are getting in the last total column. So here, if you want including GST, the final amount to be 5,000. Okay, reverse calculation. So what you can do is go to data, what if analysis, and select the second option, goal seek. So under goal seek, this value, whatever you want, like I want 5,000 to be the final value. By changing cell, that is the base amount. Okay, this amount I want to manipulate. So when I press OK, automatically, as you can see, the base amount gets changed. The amount, the GST remains 18%. Okay, 18% of the base amount. So that doesn't change. And final amount is 5,000. So this 5,000 is including GST. So this is how you can do reverse calculation. There are multiple applications to it. Wherever there is, like, you have a final amount based on some other calculations. So you can manipulate the base amount accordingly without changing the percentage.
Recording of the session, guys, is available. If you have missed anything, you can rewatch it anytime. I think we are done with the questions, Sankalp.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much for delivering this session. We are really, really grateful for the time and the knowledge which you have shared. And to everyone who have joined us today, thank you very much for being a part of this learning experience. If still you have any question, please feel free to reach out to us or connect with Sankalp directly. And as I have told earlier also, the session recordings are also available on our YouTube channel and LinkedIn account. So you can revisit it anytime. We look forward to having you join us again in upcoming session. Until then, take care, keep learning and have an amazing day. Once again, thank you so much, Sankar. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.